I think it should actually be a part, perhaps not the dominating part, or definitely not the dominating part. But I think philanthropy is so important because it contributes with new solutions quite often to old problems. And it is that combination of successful entrepreneurs which are endowed with financial assets, and they really aim to solving problems also. So I think it should at least play some role there. I think in Europe it has become more accepted, but you definitely have those kind of emotions around philanthropy. It's the breadcrumbs from the rich man's table, etc. So it's a task for our politicians also to actually sort of acknowledge and make philanthropy something that is seen for what it is, namely useful contributions to societal problems. It's a very challenging task to try to sort of transform a country like the US or any other large country to whatever might be similar to one of the Nordic welfare countries. You will find spots, I'm sure,
There are spots
that are quite similar.
Yes.
But it's not a recipe for transforming the entire society. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then there are things that I think that you should definitely not copy.
Right.
So, I mean, each country has to do it its own way and pick up things that seems good, but probably modify it so it works in the current context for the specific country. There was an immigration of people who came there to work and was also demanded by industry. But that has shifted towards much more of refugee immigration, and that's a complete different matter. And there are reasons as to why one should accept refugees, but then you have to have a system of integration that works, or it has to be on a temporary basis, I would say, while there is a crisis. Because what we see in Sweden is a completely backlash, and it also creates platforms for political forces that you might not want to encourage. I think that in the wake of these immigration flows, you see a lot of criminality that we didn't have before, clans or gangs that has started to operate from a regional basis, then expanded to other parts of particularly Sweden. And that's a huge problem because it has to do with trust. And you and I know that if it isn't trust around, then transaction costs start to rise. And that makes it more difficult for businesses. Then you have a growth problem, and then you have a problem to finance the welfare state. Global challenges require insights from both the business world and top-level research. And this is what this institute will accomplish.